السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. Dearest Hazardars, once more we are thankful to the Almighty Allah for granting us the tawfiq and the blessing to commemorate the azhar and remembrance of Sayyid al-Shuhada Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Over the past few days we have gone over each line of Zuryaab al-Waritha and looked at how Imam Hussain is the inheritor to these special prophets. Today we will conclude this section with the line Assalamu alayka ya warisa Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali Waliullah. Peace be upon you, O inheritor of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of the faithful, Ali, the friend of Allah. What does this really mean? I will present only one narration and you should cover this. In the book Peshawar Nights, there is a whole section of Suhan by a companion by the name of Suhan, Sasa bin Suhan. This companion was very close with Imam Ali. He had been alive during the Prophet's time. He came to Imam Ali alayhi salam and asked him, when Imam Ali was on his deathbed in Kufa, Imam Ali, Ya Ali, who is more afzal? Who is more higher? You or Prophet Adam? Amir al-Mu'mineen said, it's me. He said, how? Imam Ali said, Adam was given one thing to stay away from, the tree in heaven. And he couldn't hold himself. For me, Ali ibn Abi Talib, there's many things that are not haram for me, that are not forbidden for me. But I voluntarily stop myself. You see, piety lies in stopping yourself from even what's allowed. Like Imam Ali, he never ate. Like he would stick to barley, he would avoid flour and so on. Sasa then said, Oh Ali, who's more afzal? Who is more higher? You or Prophet Nuh? Imam Ali said, I'm more higher, I'm more afzal. Why? Because Nuh's time, he preached to the people and he got tired of them. And he said in the Quran, Surah Nuh, it says, he said to Allah, Oh Allah, curse these people. Leave not a single one of the disbelievers here. They will just cause mayhem. Imam Ali says, but with me, after Rasulullah, those 25 years, it was like I had a thorn in my eye and suffocation in my throat. Someone grabbing your throat. I survived those 25 years. Not once did I say to Allah, Oh Allah, curse these people. I had more sabr. I'm higher than Nuh. He said, okay. Who is more higher? You or Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam? Imam Ali said, I'm higher. How? Ibrahim said to Allah, Oh Allah, show me how you give life to the dead. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ibrahim, you are Khalilullah. Don't you believe in me? He said, no, I believe in you, but just for my heart, just for my tasalli, as they say in Urdu. Imam Ali said, but with me, I am higher because even if the veils in front of my eyes were removed, I would still believe in Allah the same. I don't need proof. My belief is stronger in this sense. He said, okay. Sasa said then, Oh Ali, who is more higher? Who is more afzal? You or Prophet Musa alayhi salam? Imam Ali said, me. How? The Prophet Musa, when it was said to him, go back to Pharaoh, the Pharaoh, and tell him the truth, tell him about one God. He said, I killed one of them. I killed one man from them. I punched him, he died. I'm a bit scared. Send Harun with me. My brother speaks better. So when I go to his court, I have a backup. Imam Ali said, but with me, when Rasulullah told me to go to Makkah, when it was full of the kuffars and disbelievers, and to recite the chapter of Surah Bara'ah, I did so. Even though when I recited it from the top of the Kaaba, there was not one person in the audience that I killed his uncle, or I killed his grandfather, or I killed his brother, or I killed his uncle or someone. I had more bravery. He said, okay. Final question. Ya Ali, who's more afzal? Who's more higher? You or Prophet Isa? Imam Ali said the beautiful phrase, I am higher. Why? With Isa, when his mother felt she was going to deliver him, when Hazrat Isa was about to be born, she went to Bayt al-Muqaddas in Jerusalem. And she said, Oh God, help me. And the call came, Maryam, this is a place of worship. Go away. You cannot deliver children here. Imam Ali says, but with me, when it was my time for Wilada, the Kaaba opened itself and said, Oh Fatima, come in, this is the birthplace of Ali alayhi salam. I am more higher. But did Imam Ali ever let this get to him? You see how humble Imam Ali was? So much so, when Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein came back from burying Imam Ali, they met a blind man crying. They said to him, "Why are you crying?" He said, "For the past 3 days I have not eaten. A man used to come every night and feed me. He used to sit down with me in this area. I used to ask him, 'Who are you? Just tell me your name.' And the man would reply," this is Imam Ali alayhi salam. He didn't tell his name. He said, "A creature of Allah is feeding another creature of Allah. Why do you want to know my name?" How is Imam Hussein the waris of Imam Ali? We mentioned a few days ago, for the past week, Imam Ali is the inheritor of Adam, Ibrahim, Isa, Musa. He's the inheritor of Imam Ali. I want to highlight his humility. Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari says, "One day I was walking, I saw a poor man. And he said to me, 'Could you go to Imam Hussein and ask for help?' Jabir said, 'Oh, poor man, you come with me.' He said, 'I can't.' Why? My clothes are ripped. I don't have shoes. I'm not presentable. I can't go in front of the Imam." He said, "No, come with me." He said, "We came to Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein looked at the poor man and said to him, 'Come sit next to me.' The poor man said, 'Yabna Rasulullah, I can't sit next to you.' Imam Hussein, he didn't just say it for the sake, he meant it. Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari says, Imam Hussein looked at him with a lot of care and said, 'Oh man, I've told you, come and sit next to me. The poor sit with the poor.' Imam Hussein, the waris of all these Anbiya, saying, the poor sit with the poor. Why are you sitting away? Before the man could say anything, Imam Hussein pulled out a new dress for him and gave him 100 dirham. He did not need to say anything. This is the love of Imam Hussein, his mercy. One final point. We are here to commemorate the night of Hazrat Abbas, the Lamdar of Imam Hussein. One point I want to mention is this, especially for the youth. Always try and keep your relations with your family. Brothers with brothers, sisters with sisters, and so on. Silai Rahim. The word Silai Rahim in Arabic literally means take care of those from the womb. You see, there's a narration from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam which says, if you do qata'i rahim, you cut your ties with your family member. For any reason, no matter who's right, who's wrong, you cut your ties with your family member. In Lawh Mahfuz, they say there's a tablet. There's two arguments. One says this tablet contains every single person, you, me, everyone here today, in the whole world. Your name, age, and when you are going to leave this world. It's a preserved tablet. The other argument says it's not a physical book, it's a spiritual book. Okay, so there's two arguments. But there is a Lawh Mahfuz. Imam Sadiq says, when you cut ties with your family member, if you're going to live for 30 more years, that blessing goes down to 3. And if you maintain relationships, you do Silai Rahim, and there's 3 years left for this person and he's going to die, Allah extends that to 30. There's a lot of blessing in this. In Imam Qasim's time, when Imam Qasim, we know he's in Baghdad, but he lived in Medina for some years. 2 brothers were on a journey. They went to the ziyarah of Rasulullah. On the way they had a fight over something really petty, something really small. But they started using foul language, they swore at each other, and we don't want to see each other again. One brother said, I'm going to go back home. I'm not going to go for ziyarah. I hate being with you. I'm going back. The other brother continued. On the way, he met his auntie, stopped at the auntie's house. Then he went to Rasulullah. Then he went to Imam Qasim. Imam Qasim had ilm al-ghayb. He said, you've come here. Why did you fight with your brother on the way? He said, Imam, he said things, I said things. I shouldn't have said something, he shouldn't have said something. Imam Qasim said, that's not the point. Because of your cutting of ties, the barakah has been removed from you both. Your brother, before he reaches his village again, will die. He's not going to make it back to his village because he cut his relationships with you. And you, the same would have happened to you. On the way here, you met your auntie. You did Silai Rahim. So your life will be extended for 30 years. The narrator says, I am a witness. I saw and I confirmed the brother that went back, he died before reaching home. And this guy, this person here, he lived for another 30 years. So Silai Rahim, let's end tonight by remembering the brother who sacrificed his everything for us. Everything. They say when Shimr came to the Khaymah of Imam Hussein just before the day of Ashra, he said to us, Abbas, come out, I want to speak to you. Bibi Munbaneen's tribe and Shimr's tribe was the same tribe. He said, I want to speak to you. As the Abbas said, I don't want to go out. Imam Hussain said, still, go and see what he's going to say. Just go. As the Abbas came out. He said, oh Abbas, you and your three brothers, the children of al-Banin, I have an amana for you. This is from Ibn Ziyad. You, nothing will happen to you. Come to our side. As the Abbas looked at him and said, I don't want to speak to you. I'm speaking to you because Imam Hussain told me to speak to you. Secondly, there's an amana for me. What about the grandson of the Holy Prophet? Where's his amana? Where's his letter of safety? As the Abbas said, go away. Bring an amana for yourself tomorrow. On the day of Ashra, watch when I come out to the battlefield. Bring an amana for yourself and see how I fight. As the Abbas was born on the 4th year after Hijri, Imam Ali held the baby. He was very happy. He looked at the baby. He kissed his forehead. Then when he got to Hazrat Abbas's arms, he began to cry. Bibi al-Banin was watching. She said, Amir al-Mu'mineen, is there something wrong with my child? Is there a defect, disability? Amir al-Mu'mineen said, no, al-Banin, the baby is perfect. I cry because I can see the future. I see a day when this baby's hand will be cut for his love for Hussein. The Jang of Siffin came. As the Abbas came out, he showed his valor. He showed the people how Imam Ali used to fight. Only 13 years old, but his body resembles Imam Ali alayhi salam. His fighting style resembles Imam Ali. Can you imagine when Abbas was 34 years old in Karbala, how much power he had? As the Abbas came back in Siffin and said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, oh my father, do you want me to go back and fight? I'm ready. Imam Ali said, Abbas, not today. I've seen what I wanted to see. There's a special day for you. I'm saving you for something else. Come back, Abbas. The day of Ashura came. As the Abbas came to Imam Hussain, Ya Ibn Rasulullah, allow me to go and fight. He said, Abbas, you are the alamdar. I cannot let you go and fight. You are the alamdar of my army, the backbone. As the Abbas said, Imam Hussain, where is the army for which I am the alamdar? There's no one left. He said, if you want to go and fight, go and get some water. You're not given permission to fight. Go ask Sakina for water. He went to Bibi Sakina. He got the mashq. Then he went to Bibi Zainab's khaymah, according to one narration. He sat down with his head down. Bibi Zainab said, Abbas, today you resemble Imam Ali a lot. In your armor, you resemble him a lot. Then she said, Abbas, when I was in Kufa, my father, our father Ali told me, Zainab, there will come a day when you're going to be a captive, an asir in Kufa. I used to think I have 18 family members of the Bani Hashim. I have a brother like Abbas. How will I be an asir? When will that day come? Abbas, now that you are going, my heart tells me that day is close. As the Abbas left, there was 4,000 soldiers by the Firat. As the Abbas broke through the ranks. He sat down in the water. He filled the mashq. Then that epic moment came where he held the water in his hand and said, Ya Nafs, min ba'd al-Husayn huni. Oh Nafs, what are you without Hussein? He threw the water away. His one goal was to bring the water back to the tents. He rode his horse, but one enemy of Allah hid behind a tree and severed one of his hands. His hands fell to the ground. As the Abbas kept going on, they then severed the other hand. Abbas was not affected by this. He kept going on, kept going on. Then they said, shower him with arrows. Not one drop of this water should go back to the khaymah. As the Abbas kept going, until one arrow came and hit him in his eye. Then another arrow came and hit him in the mashq. When this arrow hit the mashq, the water came out. But not only the water came out, Abbas's heart also came out with it. He turned his horse around towards the enemies. Why am I going to go back to the tents now? What am I going to say to Sakina? As this was happening, one enemy of Allah came with a metal pole. You know they split Imam Ali's head in Kufa. This enemy hit Abbas so hard on his head, he split Hazrat Abbas's head in Karbala. As the Abbas came to the floor, he called out Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain came. He tried to put Hazrat Abbas's head in his lap. Hazrat Abbas would put his head down on the floor. He tried this 3 times and said, my Abbas, are you angry with me? What's the matter? He said, Mawla, you are trying to put my head in your lap. In a few moments' time, who is going to hold your head? Abbas knew what was going to happen. He said to Imam Hussain, Mawla, when I came into this world, I saw your face first. Now it's my final time. Wipe the blood from my eye so I can do your ziyarah one last time. Imam Hussein did so. Hazrat Abbas looked at Imam Hussein and smiled. Imam Hussein said, Abbas, I have a wish as well. What is it, Mawla? He said, you've called me Mawla, Aka, Master your whole life. For once, call me brother. I want to hear you call me brother. As the Abbas's final words were, oh Hussein, my brother, my Imam. He left this world. Imam Hussein came back to the Khaymagah with just the alam, nothing else. Bibi Zainab came, where's my Abbas? Imam Hussein said, Zainab, your Abbas is no more. They began to weep. This is why on Sham and Ghariba, when all the children were sleeping, Bibi Zainab was walking towards somewhere. I asked Bibi Zainab, it's the middle of the night, where are you walking? Bibi Zainab was walking to the Firat. There's one goodbye, one farewell I had never said. That was for my Abbas. Hazrat Abbas left this world. Hamid bin Muslim says, on the day of Ashra, I saw a young girl with fire in her clothes. She would run and this fire would increase. So I helped her out. And she looked at me and said, oh man, do you know where Najaf is? He said, why do you want to go to Najaf? She said, my auntie Zainab told me, my grandfather Ali ibn Abi Talib is buried there. I want to tell him what's happening. Hamid bin Muslim says, little girl, Najaf is far away. Why do you want to go to Najaf? She said, then can you take me to the Firat? He said, I thought maybe this girl was thirsty. So I took her to the Firat. But then I saw what she did and I realized. When we got to the Firat, she didn't run towards the water. She ran towards a body. This was the body of Abbas alayhi salam. This little girl, Bibi Sakina, threw herself onto the body of Abbas and cried out, my uncle, I don't want the water anymore. Please come back to the tents and see how the likes of Shimmer is beating Bibi Zainab salamullahi alayha. I leave with one final thing. When they were reconstructing the grave of Hazrat Abbas, Allama Bahrul Ulum says, he came with an architect. The architect said, I've been to the basement. I've seen the grave of Hazrat Abbas. It's like a little child has been buried. Why is the grave of Abbas so small? Allah, I have heard Abbas was so tall. When he would sit on his horse, his knees would touch the ears of the horse. What's happened to Abbas's grave? Allama Bahrul Ulum began to cry intensely. The architect said, have I said anything wrong? He said, no, what you said is correct. I am thinking how many times they struck Abbas's body with the sword and the spears and the arrows, that his grave today is like a little child. I would say, Imam Hussein, you were the only shaheed who was trampled upon into pieces after your life. Hazrat Qasim was the only shaheed who was trampled during his life. Abbas is the only shaheed who was not trampled to pieces. His body was hit by the swords to pieces. Abbas's body was cut up into pieces. We ask Allah Hazrat Abbas, we will come here with wishes to accept all of our hajat, to remove all of our difficulties, and to allow us to be the Abbas for our Imam Mahdi. For the love of Abbas, can we have a loud salah?
एक मरतबा फिर आपको ज़हमत दूंगा कि आप सवाल पढ़ते हुए उठ के थोड़ा थोड़ा आगे दूसरी में आए, क्योंकि अभी बहुत लोग और आने हैं, तो ताकि उनके लिए मसला न पैदा हो। मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद